His Reverend Dr. Robin Griffith Jones is a literal descendant of Aymeric de Saint Mar, who was master of the temple in England at the time of the Magna Carta and a close friend of William Marshall. So that's going back to the 12th century.
So
12th
what's
century.
the master of the temple? What does that mean?
It's a good question. So in the city of London, there's a literal Knights of the Hospitaller temple, and it's called the temple. It's really just called the temple, and he is the master of the temple. Is this guy, Dr. Robin Griffith Jones? He's written books. He's a Christian, but also has some, and it's almost like the Da Vinci Code. This temple is a hot knights. What is it? The Templar Knights, right? The Templars.
Yep.
This church is related to the Templars. So the Templars, who were in Jerusalem, the Crusaders, right? Were in Jerusalem in the 12th or 11th century, and this temple was actually consecrated by the head of the temple, the Knights Templars in literal Jerusalem. So there's a trace to, the old world, Crusaders, literally. And there's another temple up in Scotland as well. That's also a Crusader Knights Templar temple. But this temple in the city of London used to store all the monies, right? So the first international bankers were really the Knights Templar. So you could take a writ from Jerusalem and go all the way to this temple in the city of London and get gold. So you didn't have to travel with your gold. Weren't subject to robbery or anything like that. And that was really kind of the temple. And that's why the Friday the 13th and the revolt against the Knights Templar occurred, is because of their great wealth.
Do you see what I see in terms of this transhumanist agenda having a lot to do with this mythology of Solomon's Temple and the Knights Templar?
I think they're involved in all that. The Great Reset, this whole the real move of King Charles, and military and fulfilling kind of biblical destiny. So I think all this stuff is in their minds, it's real. And the Pilgrim Society is an important part of this thing of King Charles's the Third's moves and much more aggressive international policies that involved really changing a lot of the governments in the Commonwealth.